Hi, I'm Rose McAvoy. I'm founder of Plateful of Grace. I want to share a quick story with you in this video, and at the end, I'm going to give you a super simple action step that you can take right now to change your mindset and explode your weight loss success. I really enjoy gardening. It used to be that I would get down and I would bend my knees and I would get down there to dig around a little in my garden, and almost immediately I would lose circulation in my legs. It was incredibly uncomfortable, very physically exhausting. I couldn't do it for very long. When I took control of my weight, one of the gifts that I was able to give myself is to be able to get out in the yard. I just relish all of those moments where I can get out there and I can stay out for a few hours. But I don't really like lawn care. And fortunately, my husband will do the mowing. The thing that neither of us has been dealing with is that our lawn is full of weeds. We've got dandelion patches all over the place. And it's embarrassing when people walk by. Every once in a while I get motivated. I've got this little fork tool that I go out and I will dig a little. It's hard. It's hard work. It's really time consuming. It is physically exhausting for me. It seems like it's a never ending task. I can be out there for an hour and I don't feel like I'm making any progress at all. It really is soul sucking work. What is the point of doing this? Why am I doing this at all? Why do I think I can change this situation? God made our lawn with these weeds, and I should just accept that this is the way that it is. Everything else is pretty good, so why does it matter? Who cares? Who cares that the lawn looks any better? But the thing is, my neighbor across the street has a really nice lawn, and he's an older guy, and he has some limited mobility, but he still has a really nice lawn. And so I look across the street at his lawn and I think, ugh, well maybe he knows more about lawn care. I justify to myself. Maybe he knows some things that I don't know. He probably has more time, or maybe he's using shortcuts. Maybe he's using chemicals on his lawn, and that is a deal breaker for me because of the fruits and vegetables that I grow in my yard. I don't want to put the chemicals to kill the weeds in my lawn. The kids play in the lawn, so if he's using chemicals, forget about it. I'm just stuck with what I have. Well, I noticed last week that my neighbor was out puttering around and he had this tool where he's standing up and he's leveraging, he's like wiggling out, popping out all the weeds in the parking strip. And I'm looking at this and I'm watching this, and I'm like, what is this thing that he's got? And why don't I know about that? I went to the hardware store and I looked in the tool section with the rakes and all of that, and sure enough, here are these two tools, and they're about, 3 feet high. And they have a little fork at the end, like the one that I use that's a handheld that just makes me a crazy person, except that it's got a little foot on it next to the fork. So you drive it in, has a nice big handle, you drive it in, you push your foot down, you lean it to the side, and out pops the weed. And I'm looking at these things and I'm like, this is genius. Not a complicated tool, but it's a really useful tool that I didn't have. Things are like $30, right? And there's two of them, and there's a feature on one. And I'm thinking, all right, well, is this a gimmick? Is this feature a gimmick, or is it really useful? And I asked the guy who's working there, and he goes, well, we don't get very many returns on these. And I thought, okay. So he can't tell me if it works, but he can tell me that they've had very little negative feedback on these particular tools. So I thought, okay, I'm willing to spend this $30, which for me wasn't a huge investment, but I just didn't want to waste my money. I didn't want to waste my time on another thing that was just gonna get dirty in the garage. I I also was still kind of on the fence with being able to believe that we could actually get on top of the weed situation. So, husband, Mike, comes in a little bit later and he's been in the yard and he goes, "This thing is so cool!" And he had been out there popping weeds out of the lawn for 15 minutes and he'd already amassed a huge pile. We could immediately see results from using this tool. We could immediately see that weeding had become incredibly easy compared to the super annoying, time-consuming, soul-sucking exercise of taking the little fork with the hand and wedging them out. There's always going to be maintenance for our lawn, but now it feels completely manageable. We can see how we don't have to accept this lawn full of weeds. We can take some small actions and see some really big results from our efforts. And we don't have to do it all the time in order to keep on top of it. When you're thinking about weight loss, health improvement, or anything like this in this arena, it's really easy to say, "Oh, I can't be successful because other people who are successful have more time, they have more money, they have more talent or knowledge on the subject. I should just accept things the way that they are. I should just let it go and be happy that I have all these other good things in my life. I should just accept who I am, the way that I am, and not spend any more time trying to be something that I'm not." And if I do pursue it, the process is going to be never ending. It's gonna suck the joy right out of my life. I'll never be able to eat the things I like again. I won't be able to go out to eat. I won't be able to eat with friends. I won't be able to have the family foods that I enjoy. That feels really crappy. And that's how I was feeling with the weeds. That's what I hear from so many people when they're thinking about changing their life by changing their weight. When you're stuck in these thoughts of, I can't do it now, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources. These are the weeds in your mind that are taking up space that could be growing beautiful, wonderful thoughts. And just like the weeds in my lawn, or the weeds in anybody's lawn, they're gonna come back. You can develop tools for yourself that are gonna help you manage that stinking thinking, to manage the weeds in your mind, and to keep your mindset clear so that you can stay focused on growing beautiful, luscious, life-giving, nourishing thoughts that keep you motivated, that keep you focused, that keep you moving towards that bigger life that you really, truly were designed to live. But you gotta get tools that work. When you have great tools, they will save you time. You will have to spend time, but ultimately these tools will save you time because you won't be trying to reinvent the wheel all the time. You won't be chasing strategies that don't work. They will boost your energy. You will feel energized when you're using great tools. When I was using that weed popper outer, I was excited for the first time about dealing with these stupid weeds in my lawn. I wanted to do more. I could see the progress and it boosted my energy and it increases joy. When you have the right tools, you will experience so much more joy in your process because you will see the progress, you will see the results, you will feel the benefits, and it will increase your joy in the process. And best of all, it will multiply small efforts so that you begin to see bigger, lasting results. Here's the thing though, you've got to use the tools. Even if they're stupid simple, if you don't use them, you can't see the benefits. Here's how you get started. Here's a small tool to get you started. It's easy and it's fun, and I really, really want you to put this into action. So your activity is to get intentional about doing things that bring you joy. Spend 15 minutes a day intentionally doing something that lights you up, something that boosts your energy, something that brings you joy, that puts a smile on your face. This can be particularly effective when it's done at a time of day when you would normally be feeling that low energy slump. When you're buzzing with positive energy, it is so much easier to make positive choices that will help you feel great over the long term. To put this mental weeding tool into place for at least 4 consecutive days. You can do it for longer. I hope that you will, but 4 consecutive days. And then notice what changes. Notice what you feel. Notice what benefits. Notice what you experience from having these 15 intentionally joyful minutes every day. I hope that something inspired you in this video and that you feel motivated to go out and take some action. Before you walk away, commit to the action that you're going to take. You will be so much more successful if you commit right now to the action that you're going to take. Write it down. Do it right now. Whatever it takes to commit. And then try it for 4 days and see what changes. I wish you the best. Have a great day, and we'll check in again soon.